This is one of the, I won't say joke of the century, but I'll rather say this is a serious issue. For EC to come out and say that they have disqualified me because I did not put my residence address. I mean, in this country, I quite remember when I formed my party, the EC demanded that I show evidence of 140 offices, and that if any party is unable to do that, they will not allow those parties to qualify or to contest. As we see today, I gave those documentations and gave proof of our party offices across Ghana. How many of these political parties that they have today accepted to contest this election satisfy that requirement? None of them. The independent presidential candidate, I don't even think he has one office. The CPP doesn't have up to 100 offices. The NDC has about 200 offices. The MPP has 199 offices. We will say that for these reasons, maybe the NPP and the NDC probably has qualified, but they did not satisfy the constitutional or the EC's requirement of giving their audit accounts and other things. So this is one reason. Now, when you go back to the aspect of disqualification, that the APC had two similarities, two people on our list that endorsed the APC and equally endorsed the PNC. I tell you, nobody has that monopoly or power to stop anybody from endorsing for another political party. So if, for instance, they endorse me today, and tomorrow they decide that, look, I am not going to be part of APC and I want to endorse PNC, and then endorse PNC, does it mean that mine is disqualified or the PNC is only disqualified? If we want to accept this as basis of disqualification, then in the future we'll have serious problem, because other political parties will sabotage different political parties. I will put people to endorse PNC, put people to endorse, the same person go and endorse NDC and endorse MPP and endorse PNC and other political parties. Are you then now going to disqualify all the parties for doing that? I think that with my basis of disqualification, if you listen to it very carefully, you will know that it is not a basis. Secondly, CPP that they gave him the go-ahead. Edmond Dele, the chairman of the CPP, brought the money, the draft, around 1 o'clock. Was it also part of disqualification? Did they? 12. He got there around 12 to get into 1. Why didn't they disqualify him? So you see, clearly, the EC is biased. Clearly, they are biased. And I don't think that what they have done to me today is a big shame to our democracy. It's a big disgrace to our democracy. For EC to say that I was unable to write the location of my house, and then 2 people endorsed for me and endorsed for the PNC, and for that matter, I'm disqualified. And 432 persons endorsed it. Okay, but did you bother as well to check the signatures of both voters who were on different nomination forms, because they seem to think that there is no legitimacy to these signatures, and so these cases could be referred to the police because of forgery. They suspect forgery there. Nanaba, let me tell you, today you can sign your signature now. The next minute, if your hand is shaking, you, the same person, will sign the same different signature. It happens. Even myself, sometimes I sign signatures to the bank, and the bank will call me to confirm whether I sign it, and I will say yes, let it go. It's normal thing. We don't have monopoly of the cabs. Is that enough reason? Okay, so what are you planning? Tell me, is that enough reason to disqualify a whole party and its flag bearer? What are you planning to do now? We are not serious. Are you going to support any of the political parties, or are you heading to the court? We are heading to court. As you know, already we're supposed to go to court today. This paper here in front of me is a paper I wrote it to notify the EC that we are sending the MPP to court for copying our manifesto word to word. This is a copy of it. We have given it to the EC. A copy is with the EC. So this is the third court case. And the second court case will be the EC themselves to tell us why Ayariga, who contested in 2012, filled the form, the same document they gave me as a voter. That is the same document. In that document, when you are filling your form, before they will give you the voter ID card, it will state your location, your house address, and everything. So if I can use that one to identify myself as a voter, and at the same time identify myself as a presidential candidate, then what are the basis for you not accepting the document that you gave to me to use as a voter?
Okay. Now, but if
so that means that they are clearly violating their own laws and regulations, because the document or the identification I used to identify myself was the one they gave to me. Clearly it shows J. J stands for Upper East. And I wrote it there, Tinsungo T23, that's my home address in Baku. And I wrote here, West Legon, Ayariga Street, that is my address in Accra here.
All right.
So what is wrong with them?
Okay, Mr. Ayariga,
are they having problems of reading?
Let me ask you this question before we go. We need to wrap up, and I would appreciate if you make it very brief. Who would you be supporting just in case you are not on the ballot paper on December 7 and in the days ahead of the election? Who would you be throwing your weight behind?
Don't give me negative.
I'm not giving you any.
I am going to court, and I know with all the facts I have, they can never disqualify me. So I'm not supporting anybody. I'm supporting Ghana and supporting Dr. Hassan Ayariga.
Thank you very much.